sell 4 dates. He said, where's the money? He said, the money's just here. So he showed him the money. He said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, this money is bitter money. He said, don't worry, Mason. That same person came back. He said, I want my money back. He said to him, why? He said, because the dates you gave me were bitter. To which Ali said, because the money you gave us was bitter. Here you found Maytham built an attraction with Amir al-Mu'mineen. That's when Ibn Ziyad put Maytham on a tree. On a tree. Look at the way he tortured him. He put him on this tree. He put his hands one round the other on this tree. And he said to him, I'm going to spear you. And I'm going to put arrows through you. And I will cut your tongue. Do you know what Ali ibn Abi Talib, what Maytham said? He said, my master Ali ibn Abi Talib told me I will die in this way. So I look forward to death. Look at this. This is what a true Nasr is. A true Nasr is someone who looks forward to death. Ibn Ziyad, you know what he said? He said, then I won't kill you. He said, why? He said, because I want to prove to you that Ali ibn Abi Talib, all his words are wrong. You can talk as much as you want. Did Ali say, I'll cut off your tongue? I won't cut off your tongue. Just to show you that he had no knowledge about what will happen. Maytham said, no problem. First day, Maytham praises Ali ibn Abi Talib while put on the tree. What does Ibn Ziyad order? He says, go and cut the hands. And another incident, it says, go and put a spear through him. Then Maytham continues to praise Ali ibn Abi Talib. He starts saying, oh people, do you know who my master is? My master is the master of all believers. He is the gate to the city of knowledge. He keeps on attacking. Ibn Ziyad is holding himself to say, no, I won't kill him, I won't kill him. Until eventually, because of the amount of praise that he gave Ali ibn Abi Talib, Ibn Ziyad came and ordered that his tongue was cut and he was killed. Here Maytham shows what a true victorious helper is. In the same way Qambar showed as well. Qambar, who was the slave of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Qambar described Amir al-Mu'mineen and his relationship with him as the most beautiful of relationships. He says, although us, the Ansar of Ali ibn Abi Talib, were a few, all of us gained an understanding of what it meant to be a Shia. He says, Ali ibn Abi Talib, one day I remember his greatness, that when he came to me one day, a poor man came to Ali ibn Abi Talib. He said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, I need some food. Can you give me some food? So Amir al-Mu'mineen, he looked at Qambar. He said, Qambar, give him some food. He said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, the food is on a horse. He said, okay, give him the food and the horse. He said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, the food is on a horse, but the horse is connected to 10 horses. He said, okay, give him the food and the 10 horses. Straight away Qambar jumped. Amir al-Mu'mineen looked at him and said, Qambar, why are you jumping? He said, Ali ibn Abi Talib is so generous that I thought because I was holding on to the last of the 10 horses, he was going to say, you go with him as well. Here you found what a close relationship. But the same Qambar was killed by Hajjaj ibn Yusuf al-Thaqafi simply because of the love that he had for Amir al-Mu'mineen. Highlighting that for a person to become a companion of Imam Sahib al-Asr wal-Zaman, this person must be someone who may even be willing to change his whole character just to eventually fit in for the Imam. Because we all know the stories of Behlul. Behlul, who everyone hears his stories, he was a companion of Imam Musa al-Kadhim in the time when companions were far and few between. Behlul, do you know, brothers and sisters, was a master scholar. But because he came to Imam Musa al-Kadhim, he said, Imam, because the Shia was so oppressed, he said, Imam, how should I act now? What is your advice? To which Imam Musa al-Kadhim says to him, act insane. But through your insanity, give the message of Al-Muhammad. Act insane. The way you act insane. But when you are acting insane, push the bullet of Al-Muhammad in there. Give the bullet of knowledge of Al-Muhammad. This Behlul, how many of us brothers and sisters would act different just to serve the Imam of our time? Just to be the Ansar of the Imam of our time. Some of us are arrogant to act different in the community. Some of us are arrogant with the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we dress. How many of us actually really show we want to be a Maytham or a Qambar? It is far and few between within those companions that this Behlul, he would give the message of Al-Muhammad through his insanity. One day he goes and he sits on the throne of Harun al-Rashid. And on this throne he is jumping up and down on the throne. You can just imagine it. Behlul jumping up and down on the throne. What happens is the person comes to Behlul and the soldiers begin to hit Behlul. Behlul is hit. Constantly he is being hit. At this moment, what happens? Harun al-Rashid walks in. When Harun al-Rashid walks in, he sees Behlul crying. Having seen Behlul cry, he says to him, Behlul, why do you cry in this way? What's wrong? What's the problem? Have these people done something to you? So he looks around at the soldiers and he says to the soldiers, what have you done? They said, Master, he went and sat on your throne and he was jumping up and down while sitting on your throne. So we hit him. He said, Behlul, is this the reason that you cry? He says, no, it's not the reason. He says, then why? He says, I cry for a person like you. What will you answer your Lord on the day of judgment when he asks you, how could you sit on the throne of the sons of Fatima to Sarah? Then straight away, he would be jumping up and down and run out of the palace. Here in this way, he was showing how through his insanity, he was protecting the message of Al Muhammad. Again, at the same time, a companion like Ali ibn Yaqeen, who was the prime minister of Harun al-Rashid, but was a Shia who had to perform taqiyya. Taqiyya being the idea that if I want to be a companion of my Imam, it may come to a case of life and death, and me protecting myself in life and death. That this Ali ibn Yaqeen, one day, he asks Imam Musa al-Kadhim, he said, Imam, how should I pray? How should I do my wudu? Imam Musa al-Kadhim says, this is how you do your wudu. Imam Musa al-Kadhim, he brings the water, he begins to put the water on his face. He then gets the water, he puts it on the right hand. He then gets the water and puts it on the left hand. He then gets the water and wipes his head. And then he gets to the ground, he starts washing his feet. Us in the school of Ahlul Bayt, we don't wash our feet, do we? No. We wipe our feet. Imam Musa al-Kadhim tells him, wash your feet. He's looking at Imam, he's thinking, Imam, are you sure? But then he's thinking, this is the Imam of God. Whatever he tells me, there must be a wisdom behind. If I'm going to be his companion, surely there must be an unconditional obedience to him. So what happens is with Ali bin Yaqeen, he is sitting in the house, certain spies come to Harun al-Rashid, they say, you know your Prime Minister Ali bin Yaqeen? We think he's become a Shia. Why? Because he's hanging around with that Musa al-Kadhim, and that Musa al-Kadhim is the head of the Shia. So therefore we think he must be a Shia. So this moment Harun al-Rashid said, I will go and spy on him. Let me see if the way he worships God is a Shia way or no. So he comes and he says, I'm going to spy on him. He spies on him from the window. He looks through the window and he finds Ali bin Yaqeen is doing his wudu. He says, let me wait, let me see the way he does his wudu. Is it a Shia way or a different way? Ali bin Yaqeen the previous day had been told, when you get to your feet, wash them. So he gets down to his feet, he begins to wash them. Harun al-Rashid moves away. He says, definitely Ali bin Yaqeen hasn't become a Shia. Why? Because I saw the way he does wudu, he was washing his feet at the time. At this moment, Ali bin Yaqeen, when he heard, he understood what it's meant to be in a companion of an Imam. That when an Imam tells you something which you may think there is no wisdom in, it is only later on you realize that Musa al-Kadhim told you to do wudu like that. Because he knew Harun al-Rashid, had he seen you wipe your feet, he would have killed you. But he saw you wash the feet, he moved away. That's why when we come to Imam Sahib al-Asr wal-Zaman, the hadith comes forward and says, Man mata wa lam ya'ruf Imam Zamana, mata mitat al-Jahiliyyah. The one who dies without knowing the Imam of his time, dies the death of an ignorant person. A person who doesn't believe in Allah, a person who doesn't believe in his prophets. For me to become a sahib of my 12th Imam, I have to unconditionally submit myself towards every law that these Imams have given. I have to unconditionally come forward and follow these Imams. I have to make sure that every moment in my life, I am giving service towards the Imam. I am coming forward and honoring the Imam. Someone like Muqaddas al-Ardabili, one of the greatest ulama in Shia history, was a person who honored everything of Al Muhammad. He became to such a status that this person, you know, when he would go to Karbala, he would never go, excuse my language, he would never go to the WC in Karbala. No way. He would say, I will just go on the outskirts out of honor for Abu Abdullah. Look at that level of respect he has for Abu Abdullah. He would constantly write the books that one of his students would say, one day my teacher in the night, he would always stand by the grave of whom? He would go towards Ali ibn Abi Talib's grave. He said, one day while I saw him, I thought, let me follow him. He said, when I had gone, and when I followed him near the grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen, he said, I saw him speaking to the grave. He said, I heard him receive a reply. He said he moved from Masjid al-Kufa, he went towards another mosque. He said, I followed him. When I followed him, I saw him speaking with someone, interacting with someone. Then he saw me from behind. He looked at me, he said, my student, what are you doing here? How can I help you? He said, my master, I was just seeing. Who are you speaking to? He said, by the grace of Allah, whenever I have a mas'ala where I need something answered, I go to Ali ibn Abi Talib's mosque in Kufa and he answers me. He says, but tonight, the Imam of the time, Imam Sahib al-Asr al-Zaman, Amir al-Mu'mineen told me he is only round the corner. Go and ask the Imam of your time. You see, brothers and sisters, it is now the time to make soldiers of Imam Sahib al-Asr al-Zaman. You see these brothers who have come forward with Shabab al-Mahdi t-shirts? It is truly... It is truly the time of... It is truly the time for the companions to come out as companions, for the Ansar to come out as Ansar, for what